Yo, 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 yes, indeed, people, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Jay Jordan, back for another Liberty watch along. Today, we have the Liberty versus the Sky, and the Liberties and the Skies, both of their second matchups of the season, and their second Commissioner's Cup matchups of the Commissioner's Cup round. Janelle, I see you first. I see you, girl. Feel better. So yeah, we got the Liberty versus the Sky. Liberty have lost to the Sky already, 90-81 at home. So the Liberty looking to avenge that loss, and with the extra stakes, with it being Commissioner's Cup, I'm expecting them to put their best foot forward and get a win tonight. Salute to everybody who's here early. The game starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. It is on NBA TV if you're not in the Chicago or New York metropolitan areas. If you are, you're going to have to watch it on their local networks. So for me, I'm watching it on My 9. I know the Liberty also announced about, I think yesterday or the day before, that they released something called Liberty Live, which allows you to pay $5 a month to watch all of the local all the games that are displayed on local channels. If you don't have cable, it's called Liberty Live. You'll be able to pay $5 a month and watch all the games on the go through that streaming platform. So shout out to the Liberty for doing that. It doesn't avoid any national blackouts. So if the game's on ESPN or ABC, you still will have to watch it on those platforms. But for anything that's on Fox 5 or My 9, you'll be able to watch it on Liberty Live for the $5 a month. Liz, salute. Hope all is well. If you're in the Chicago area, I believe it's on Marquee or one of y'all's local broadcasting things over there. But for everybody else who's outside of those two areas, you can watch it on NBA TV. Nelson, salute. What's going on? Nelson says, I'm gonna put this stat up before we get into the starting lineup. Hopefully we go 9-1 tonight. That's a good stat. Thanks for pointing that out. So hopefully we continue that trend. All right, we're gonna go through the starting lineups, and then we'll get into some of the news that took place over the contentious WNBA weekend. So for this, the Liberty, we got the starters: Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu, Benijah Laney Hamilton, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. That's the usual starting five. Hey, Mom, what's going on? The bench is Kayla Thornton, Marquisha Davis, Kennedy Burke, Ivana Dojkic, and Leonie Favich. Niara Sabali is out. She went down with a back injury in the Mystics game, I believe that was, and she hasn't been seen since. They said she's day-to-day, and they're holding her out for precautions. So no Niara Sabali in this matchup. For the Chicago Sky, we have Dana Evans, Marina Mabry. I think Michaela Onyenwere. I'm still waiting on confirmation of the lineups for the Chicago Sky. Let me just verify before I go about just announcing it. Let's see. They still haven't announced it yet. It says Diamond DeShields will start. So instead of Michaela Onyenwere, we have Diamond DeShields getting the start here this evening. So I'll fix that for us right now. So we have Diamond DeShields. She was questionable or probable with a non-COVID illness, but I'm glad that she is feeling better and she will be starting in this matchup, as well as Angel Reese and Elizabeth Williams. Those two have been starting as well. Alrighty, and their bench, I'm going to add Michaela Onyenwere to the bench now that we have confirmed the starting lineups. So I'll add Michaela on down here. So their bench is Kennedy Carter, Michaela Onwere, Lindsay Allen, Camila Cardoso, Isabel Harrison, Brianna Turner, and Kaiser Gondrezic. Sorry, I always be butchering her name. And now that Diamond DeShields is playing, I'll take her off of the injury report. And they don't have anybody on the injury report. So the Chicago Sky are good. Nelson says we might have an upset between the Mystics and the Sun. Are they playing them close? Oh, they're up by 1. That's interesting. That is interesting. I'll put a poll up while we get ready. The game should start in about the next 9-10 minutes or so. So I'm going to put a poll up so everybody can get it on it. Who is winning tonight's game? Let me get that poll started right now. Start my poll. We got the Liberty and the Sky. All right, poll started. Get your answers in. And by tip off, I'm gonna end the poll and we'll see what we got going on. All right, so in WNBA news, this weekend on Saturday, there was only one game on Saturday on ESPN, 12 noon Eastern, between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever. Of course, we all know it. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, their history in college going against each other in back-to-back years. And then this was their first official matchup in the W. So it came with a lot of hype and eyes on it. So game started off. I wasn't watching the game at all, actually. I just caught I was getting the alerts and things to my phone. But then the world, or the W world, flipped on its head when Caitlin Clark and Kennedy Carter, both CCs, got into it. There was some back and forth going on, and unfortunately Kennedy Carter took it to the next level and gave Caitlin Clark a little hip check, body check, however you want to describe it. And it wasn't called a flagrant on the court. It was called away from the play foul. And then all the think pieces and the media people and all the fans, a bunch of different fans were like, oh, they're jealous, they're hating. See, I told you they're hating on her, whatever. And it took away from Camila Cardoso's debut. She had a pretty good game I think she only played like probably 15 or 10 to 15 minutes. And Cardoso came in and she had like 6 points and 5 boards or some stat like that. I'm going to verify it. But she came in and really produced in the limited amount of time. Her and Kennedy Carter had a nice rapport there off the bench. And it was unfortunate that incident took away from such a good game, a debut from her. A says she's excited for Cardoso. Yeah, she's going to be good. She's going to be a really good player. You can't teach size, and she has the size. She has to touch around the basket. So once she gets into basketball flow, she's gonna be all right. So I have no worries about her. But just to give my 2 cents in the whole madness that's been going on, I don't think that one person should represent the whole league in regards to if one person does something, then the whole league feels away. Because everybody's their own individual. Kennedy Carter, if you're not familiar with her, probably you are familiar with her now in regards to her past. And unfortunately, it's not a positive look on her. She was released from 2 different teams, from the Dream and from the Sparks, for conduct detrimental to the team. She got into it with some teammates. So this is not I shouldn't say out of the blue, but this is not something that's like not out of the realm of her possibility. She was out of the league last year trying to, I guess, rehabilitate herself and get herself right. She was playing overseas, came back, and she was doing well. There were no incidents, but I guess once that fire got lit between her and Caitlin, and they were jawing back and forth, a supposed elbow from Caitlin and all this other things, then sometimes you just revert back to some old ways. And she reacted poorly, and I think we all can agree on that. But I don't think she reacted poorly out of jealousy. She just reacted poorly out of that's something that's in sort of in her nature, and it just happened to be Caitlin Clark was the person that ignited that. And of course, everybody was like calling her all types of names, and she was playing into it. But I hope that the league. I mean, I hope that we can get past it. The league upgraded it to a flagrant foul afterwards. I don't see the complaints from everybody saying that everybody's out to get her or they're killing her. This was the only incident that I've seen that was flat out just not a basketball play. The other ones were all probably hard fouls, going for blocks. She's running into screens, so I can't count those as people out to get her. She's a good player. We all seen her resume, and in order to stop the fever, she's the head of the snake. So if you can stop her from running up court and shooting full court shots or getting into a flow, then you can probably stop the fever. Amber Lay, salute you on the Twitch. Reffing has been horrible. Yeah, the reffing has been very inconsistent. That's been an issue in the W for a number of years, and in the NBA. It's always been an issue in professional basketball in this country, where the refs always tend to not be consistent. Is the phrase I'm looking for. So I don't think that's something that has to improve. Of course, the refs have to improve, but the players themselves, it's not I don't want Caitlin to feel like it's her against the W, and I don't believe she feels that way. I think people are just portraying that she feels that way. But they have a nice break now. They played 11 games already, so they don't play until Friday. So they have a nice break to rest, relax, get some practices in, and hopefully, for their sake and their team's sake, they can come back better when they play on Friday. All right, so let's get back to the matter at hand. We have about 2 minutes before 8 o'clock Eastern here on the East Coast. Let's get into the Commissioner's Cup. So for those who are new, the Commissioner's Cup is basically an in-season tournament that started back in 2021. If you're familiar with the NBA, they started their in-season tournament last season, or this current season, I should say. But the Commissioner's Cup has been around since 2021. It's basically the games, some of the games of the regular season count towards these Commissioner Cup games as well. In the past, it was more of a month or the first half of the season thing. Due to the Olympics this year, it's been shortened to 2 weeks. So June 1st to June 13th is the Commissioner's Cup group play stage. So in the past, the teams used to play each other both home and away, and the first home and away games would count towards the Commissioner's Cup group play. Now that the season has to be rearranged due to the Olympic break right in the middle, it'll only be one game against each of the other opponents in your conference. So everybody in the Eastern Conference will play each other once during this week, and everybody in the Western Conference will play each other once during this week. And whoever has the highest record out of these 2 weeks from the East and the West, those two teams will face in the Commissioner's Cup final. For some history, Nelson is right. The Liberty did win last year. They won the Commissioner's Cup. In 2021, I think the Seattle Storm won in 2021. In 2022, it was the Las Vegas Aces. And in 2023, which was last year, it was the New York Liberty. So there's been a new winner every single year since it started. Hopefully this year, the Liberty repeat. But I would not be surprised if another winner shows up as it has in the past. I'm just getting back to your comment. She says, I'm shocked that Camilla's not starting. Elizabeth Williams played horribly. Yeah, they're going to ease Camilla in. They don't want to throw her into the fire just yet. They also want to work out the spacing between Reese and Camilla as well. Because watching a little bit of the highlights, they didn't really play together. So I think in the future, they want to get there. But as of now, they want to keep that dynamic, between Reese and Elizabeth Williams. But I think by the end of the season, she probably will be starting if health stays good. All right, so we got through some current events. We got through what the Commissioner's Cup is. As you can see on the board, I have their overall records right next to their name, and then after that, where it says CC, I have their Commissioner's Cup records. So the Liberty, they played the Fever on Sunday. They won. That was a Commissioner's Cup win, and on Saturday, the game we were just talking about, Chicago played the Fever and they lost. So they're 0-1 in the Commissioner's Cup so far. All right, the broadcast is just turning on. I'm watching it on our local channel here in New York, My 9. For those just joining, salute to all of you. Appreciate you joining on this Tuesday evening. We have some Commissioner's Cup hoops. Liberty versus Sky. This is game 2 of the season for them. As you can call it their third matchup if you count the preseason, where they smacked up the Liberty. So we'll see if the Liberty can make some changes here and come back and get a game here. The other game that's going on right now, we have the Mystics versus the Sun. The Mystics are still 0-8. The Sun are 8-0. So the Sun looking to go 9-0. The Mystics trying to get their first win. So, and the Mystics are up right now. I have it at the bottom of the screen. They're up 33-32 at halftime. Right, they're talking about Camila Cardoso at the moment. They're showing her on the screen. All right, Amber says Edwards looks to be playing well. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be getting a lot of minutes with Shakira Austin in and out of the lineup with the hip injury. She's going to be getting a lot of touches. It'll be great for her to develop. No pressure on her at all to do anything. Just continue to develop as a player. And next year, hopefully, the Mystics, for their sake, can improve. All right, people. A says the guards of Chicago Sky want to take harder shots. In the last game, they were not passing the ball to Angel or Camilla. Yeah, I mean, this game might be a little different. They play our guards. Our guards are not as good defensively as, I mean, I can't even compare them to Caitlin and Christy Wallace. Christy Wallace is probably the better defender out of all 4 of them, but not by much. But let's see, people. We have. Let me start something right quick. Start recording. All right, recording. All right, tip-off is about to start. Jonquel versus Elizabeth Williams. Ball is up, and the Liberty have the ball to start, and we are off, people. We are off with this game. Jonquel with the ball. Jonquel over to Sabrina. Sabrina comes off the screen. Deep 3 from Sab, and Sab is on the board first. Sabrina Ionescu, top of the key 3, and the Liberty score. 3-0 Liberty. Dana Evans with the ball here. Over to Mabry. Mabry down in the post. Elizabeth Williams goes up with the right hook. Misses. Sab tries to get the rebound off of Sabrina Ionescu. Off of Brianna Stewart. She tried to grab the rebound. Good first play of the game. Sabrina comes off the screen from Jonquel. Top of the key 3. Pulls the trigger. So it's Chicago to inbound. Dana Evans looking. Finds DeShields. DeShields tries to enter with a 3 off the side rim. And Jonquel with the rebound. Over to Sabrina Ionescu. Let me stop this poll while we're going. And the poll. Brianna Stewart drives out to Benijah for 3. Benijah in and out. And Mabry with the rebound. Mabry goes behind the back, guarded by Stewie now. Looking for a play. Finds Dana Evans, top of the key, guarded by Sloot. Gets the screen from Angel. She goes to the basket off that floater she likes. Oh, she just misses. Sabrina with the rebound. Sabrina quickly out to Benijah. Benijah gets Stewie in the mid post. She does the swing through move, misses off the side rim, and rebound Angel Reese. Dana Evans up to Mabry. Mabry drives. Mabry throws up the left-hand floater, misses, and Jonquel with the rebound. The Chicago Sky missing some good looks early. Let's see if the Liberty can capitalize. Oh, good cut by Sabrina, but she goes back, circles back out, and finds Jonquel at the three-point line. Stewie in the corner by the high-low to Jonquel. Jonquel, they call a travel. Jonquel travels and turnover Liberty. So a little helter-skelter so far. Chicago hasn't scored yet. The Liberty had some opportunities. And the ball back in play with the Sky. Dana Evans comes off a screen. She penetrates into the paint, throws it out to Angel Reese at the 3-point line. She pulls up, front rims it. Elizabeth Williams fights for it and smokes the layup. Oh, and Jonquel not turning around. The Liberty turn it over to Angel Reese, and she scores. So the Sky are on the board. Liberty tried to force the ball up court quickly. Jonquel wasn't looking. Back-to-back turnovers. Benija with the ball over to Sloot. Sloot drives right side of the floor. Hesitation dribble. She does a pass to Jonquel and gets fouled by... Oh, they call a foul on Jonquel Jones. Uh-oh, this looks like a repeat of the other game where Jonquel was getting into foul trouble. So Jonquel Jones with her first foul trying to post up. And 3 turnovers in a row for the Liberty here. Ball back with Chicago. Dana Evans over to Diamond DeShields. Diamond DeShields guarded by Sabrina. She goes between the legs, right side of the floor. Spin move, shoots the jumper, short. Rebound by Stewie. Stewie, right side of the floor, crosses half court. She attacks Mabry. She spin move, throws up the floater, and scores. Stewie goes high off the glass, right side of the floor, and hits the floater. Liberty up 5-2. Dana Evans with the ball. Over to Williams at the top of the key. Over to Mabry, left side of the floor. Mabry comes off the screen, splits the double team, gets into the mid-range. She passes it down to Elizabeth Williams. She throws up the hook shot. She misses, gets her own rebound, goes back up, and scores. The Liberty have to box out if they want to win this game. She just missed her own shot, got her own rebound. It's 5-4 Liberty. Sabrina comes off the screen. Hesitation dribble, throws up the floater, bounces around. Elizabeth Williams, another rebound. Dana Evans over to DeShields. DeShields, and it's a kickball by Sloot. Stays Chicago ball. Looking at the poll, we got 69% Liberty, 30% Sky. Alrighty. Dana Evans with the ball. Ball is inbounded. She comes off the screen, throws up the floater, and misses. Jonquel with the rebound. Jonquel outlet to Stewie. Stewie goes up and gets blocked by Diamond DeShields. Out of bounds off of Chicago. Good pass by Jonquel. Good rotation by Diamond to get the help side block there. Liberty like these long outlet passes. On the Liberty, they came back from commercial, from the replay, and it looked like the Liberty turned it over again. So Liberty back to their turnover ways. They're up to about 4 turnovers so far. Ball in play. At least I think it was a turnover. I couldn't see the play. They were showing the replay on the screen. Angel Reese in the post against Jonquel. She tries to go up, under. She gets under, and Jonquel secures the board. Jonquel doing a much better job of securing the rebounds early. Sabrina trying to come off the screen. Jonquel with the pump fake over to Sloot in the corner. She comes off the screen, finds Stewie going to the basket. That should be a foul, and Stewie gets fouled, and she's going to the line. So Breanna Stewart, nice cut. That cut should be there all game. Sloot finds her. She misses the layup, but she got fouled. It's funny, basketball players never think they fouled somebody, but it was a foul. Stewie rattles in the first free throw. And she rattles in the second. So it's 7-4 Liberty. Ball back in play. Stat here, double-double each of the last couple games against Chicago. For Breanna Stewart. Mabry misses the pass from Angel Reese, and it's a turnover. So it's back to the Liberty. She was wide open under the basket, just ball fumbled off her hands. So Sloot brings the ball up the court. She picks up her dribble, finds Stewie, back to Sloot here. Sloot looking for someone. She gets the screen from Stewie, looks for somebody, looks up Benija with the pump fake, relocation for 3. Hey, and Benija Laney's on the board. Hits a 3 from the left wing. Liberty up 10-4. Dana Evans over to Mabry. Mabry been quiet so far. Mabry with the ball. She tries to drive. Hesitation on Jonquel. She goes up, throws up the floater, misses. Jonquel, another rebound for her. She's beasting on the boards. Sloot. What is Sloot thinking? Sloot does a cross-court pass to Breanna Stewart and throws it right out of bounds. That's the thing about Sloot lately. Some of the passes, I don't know what she's been thinking. Another turnover for the Liberty. They should be up to about... it looks like Diamond DeShields turned her ankle trying to get a deflection on that as well. Liberty are already up to 5 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the game. Kennedy Carter coming into the game. She's at the scorer's table to check in. Dana Evans over to Mabry. Mabry over to Reese. Reese about a 3-point line looking for someone. Finds Elizabeth Williams. She shoots the foul line jumper, and it's good. Elizabeth Williams hits the foul line jumper, and it's 10-6 Liberty. Breanna Stewart comes up the court and gets fouled by Angel Reese. Angel Reese tried to pick her pocket and fouled Breanna Stewart. So we have an officials timeout with 4:41 to go here. The Liberty are up 10-6. Alrighty, so we have a pretty good game so far. Pretty good game. Is the Liberty, I won't say they've been perfect. They already have 5 turnovers. They had 3 turnovers in a row. Vandersloot just made a silly pass cross court. Didn't make eye contact with her player. But the Sky have been missing some easy shots at the rim, some wide open shots, some mishandled passes. So if they improve that, then they should be fine. All right, let me get this up and take not that. I'm gonna take something off so we can keep an eye on the game leaders here. All right. All right, salute to everybody who's here. Salute to everyone who is here on the watch along. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We have a busy week ahead. Tomorrow we'll have another watch along between the Wings and the Aces. And then on Thursday, we'll have a watch along between the Liberty and the Dream. So the next 2 days, we'll be having watch alongs, so make sure you're subscribed. Those noti bells are on, so you get notified when I go live. I usually go live 15 minutes before the game, so we can go through the lineups, update you guys with any news, and then we're ready for the games. For those just joining, we're in commercial right now. The Liberty are ahead at the moment. Trying to get us some good stats going here. They haven't all loaded as of yet. Some game leader stats so we can keep track of who's doing what out here. Sabrina Ionescu, by the way, did win Player of the Week. For this week, averaged 20 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. 48% from the field, 43% from 3, 93 from the free throw line. Had 22 on May 29th against Phoenix and had 24 on May 31st against Washington. So she earned the Player of the Week for this week. James, salute. What's going on? Hope all is well. Ball back in play with the Liberty. Stewie with the ball. Any subs made? No subs are made. Breanna Stewart drives, reverse pivots, goes back out to Vandersloot. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 7. Vandersloot with the crossover. She drives to the basket, goes up with the left, and scores. Vandersloot goes to the left, right down the paint, and scores with the left. It's 12-6. Dana Evans over to Mabry in the right corner. She pulls for 3, shoots an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Liberty ball. Mabry yet to join the party yet, but it was a good rejection by Vandersloot. She goes fakes the screen, fakes using the screen on the right, goes left, and goes all the way to the basket. Ball back in play. Vandersloot gets her rest. Substitution, Kayla Thornton into the game. Sabrina Ionescu for 3, top of the key, misses. Stewie tries to get it, but Elizabeth Williams with the steal. Benija gets a good hand on the outlet pass from Elizabeth Williams. Turnover Chicago. Jonquel over to Stewie in the right corner for three. Buries it. Breanna Stewart off the turnover. Gets the ball from Jonquel, and it's 15-6 New York. Chicago is 3 for 15 from the field. New York is 5 for 10 so far. Kennedy Carter in the game. Foul line jumper. She's short. All the shots from Chicago are short right now. They shouldn't be dead legs. They haven't played since Saturday. Benija transition three. Benija Laney comes up the court, left wing, buries the three. Time out. Chicago. So back-to-back threes from the Liberty here. One from Stewie, one from Benija, and Chicago calls a timeout. Liberty up 18-6. 18-6 Liberty. It might be a 20-second timeout from Chicago right now. Oh, it's a full timeout, actually. I thought they were going to go back to commercial, but they didn't. 18-6 Liberty. The threes are falling. The threes are falling. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. So the lineups on the floor for the Liberty, everybody but Vandersloot is in. Kayla Thornton is in for Vandersloot. For the Sky, Diamond DeShields out. Kennedy Carter in. Elizabeth Williams out. Isabel Harrison in. Lindsay Allen in for Angel Reese. And Camila Cardoso is entering the game as well. Kennedy Burke for the Liberty is entering for Jonquel Jones. So those are all the substitutions that have happened in that last timeout. So Camila Cardoso comes into some applause from the Chicago fans, and she inbounds the ball to Lindsay Allen, and we're back in play here. Lindsay Allen over to Camila Cardoso, over to Kennedy Carter, back to Lindsay Allen on the right side of the floor, looking for Cardoso in the paint. This is a mismatch against Stewie. They bring the double. She steps through, goes up, fouled, and they call a travel. They call a travel on Cardoso. So she comes in. I thought she got fouled and won, but they called a travel right before. They bring the double over. Oh, yeah, she does travel. She does travel there. She lifts that pivot foot up. Ball back in play with the Liberty. Breanna Stewart, wide open three. Breanna Stewart. Another three for Stewie. Liberty are cooking early, 21-6. Cardoso, I don't think she's used to guarding bigs that can spread the floor like Stewie. But she's gonna have to learn today. Mabry tries to enter it to Cardoso. Ball gets tipped out by the Liberty, and it's still Chicago ball. James asks, Jay, do you think Kennedy Carter should be thrown out the league? No, I don't think she should be thrown out of the league. Liz Cambage is not coming back to the W. I'm going to tell you that from now. I would be shocked if Liz came back to the W. Lindsay Allen, mid-range jumper, and she gets fouled by Sabrina Ionescu. So Lindsay Allen going to the line for free throws. Kennedy Carter, she made a mistake, as I was saying before the game started. Kennedy Carter, we all can accept that was a cheap shot. That was an unnecessary foul. She should have got a flagrant immediately. The refs sort of screwed that up, but the W came behind them and cleaned it up. And that's the end of it. That is the end of it. Lindsay Allen hits the second free throw as well, so it's 21-8. 21-8 ball back in play. She hits both free throws. Breanna Stewart brings it up over to Benija at the three-point line, looking for Sabrina. Finds Sabrina over to Benija. Benija drives on Lindsay Allen, goes to the basket. Cardoso with the block, just grabs it right out the air. Over to Kennedy Carter. Cardoso running the lane. Kennedy Carter throws it to Cardoso. That was a bad pass. She had the wide open jump shot and gets fouled. Kennedy Carter fouls Kennedy Burke. Why is it pronounced Kennedy? Mama called it Kennedy, so we call it Kennedy. Nelson. Yeah, James. It was no mistake. That was intentional thing by her. Nobody's saying it was a mistake or was a basketball play. but to throw her out of the league for that, that's setting a bad precedent there. Ball back at play. Leonie Fabic is in the game. Sabrina goes to the paint, throws up the floater on DeShields and scores. So the Liberty, they're mixing it up, getting into the paint, shooting some threes, and they're up 23-8. 23-8 so far. Kennedy Carter with the ball. Kennedy Carter, oh, she has the wide open foul line jumper, doesn't shoot it. Over to Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen in front of her bench. She's on the left side of the floor. Looks for Isabel Harrison. Beautiful pass, and she scores. Right side of the floor. Sabrina over to Stewie. Kennedy Burke over to Leonie Fabic. Kayla Thornton, corner three. Kayla Thornton for three. And the threes are falling here in Chicago. The Liberty are knocking them down, people. Liberty are knocking them down. Finally, my stat bug loads. And Kennedy Carter, who we were just talking about, hits the foul line jumper. So it's 26-12. A minute to go here. 1 minute to go. Sabrina over to Kennedy Burke. Shoots the three. Oh, and she misses. That was a little contested there. And rebound, Chicago. Diamond DeShields over to Kennedy Carter. Guarded by Kayla Thornton. Kennedy Carter, foul line jumper. Off the back rim. Rebound, Stewie. Stewie, they might have a 2-for-1 if they want it. Stewie drives. Goes to the paint, throws up the floater, off the glass, and one. Brianna Stewart came to hoop tonight. She scores the off-balance floater on the right side of the floor, goes coast to coast. The foul is on, I think that was on Cardoso, and she's going to the line for one more. Rick says not the end. Kennedy has a curse. She hurt somebody, big negligence. I will say Kennedy has not hurt anybody. She's gotten into interactions with players, and nobody has been hurt from it. So this is a one-off thing. Stewie hits the free throw. I will say if it does happen again, the league will come down on her, but she knows she's walking on thin ice now. Kennedy Carter with the ball. Kennedy Carter, crossover, foul line jumper, buries it, foul, and one. Kennedy Carter. Draymond Green suggested that Caitlin get an enforcer. Who would you pick? Who was an enforcer in the W? Like, they don't have those type of players that I'm aware of who are strictly on the roster spots are too precious, as Kennedy Carter hits the free throw, are too precious for just spots for enforcers. It has to be somebody who's super talented as well. They don't have the luxury of just having an extra spot for a veteran to do that. Sabrina for deep three off the back rim. Brianna Stewart with the rebound and put back. Chicago with 3 seconds on the clock. 2 seconds. 1 second. Camila Cardoso, ball fumbles off her hands. And that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the first quarter, Liberty, in typical Liberty fashion, play the first quarter usually well. Score is 31-15. I thought I added this score. I guess I didn't. 31-15 at the end of the first. Let's get things ready for the second quarter. All right, we're all set. Cool. Stat bug is working. You can see all the game leaders down at the bottom on the little carousel. It's circling between points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, all of that. So we got Brianna Stewart with 15 first quarter points to lead the way for the Liberty. Let me take a look at this other game. I wanted to keep the score bug up, but I was having some issues there. But I'm gonna try and get it back up for us. To keep an eye on the other game that's going on now. And yeah, there we go. I can put it here. So it looks like I almost call them Chicago. The Connecticut Sun woke up and started playing top of the league basketball, and they have taken a 13-point lead. I'm gonna show you to you guys now. There we go. So you guys should be able to see that score bug on the left-hand side. The Connecticut Sun have retaken the lead. James, of course. Any questions y'all have? I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. I know there's a lot of the tensions are high out there when it comes to some of these topics around Caitlyn and the league, but we're here to have just a balanced, open-minded conversation, and you guys can give me information. I'll give you the information that I have, because I was on the Reddits and the Twitters, and it just started getting a little bit too toxic, so I took a break from it for a little bit. Let me see who's doing what for this other game. If you're just joining, salute to everybody joining for another watch along. We have Commissioner's Cup play. We have Commissioner's Cup play. The commentators, James, at least they're from, at least the broadcast I'm watching is the Liberty broadcast, so I'm not too sure on which broadcast you're watching, but it's our local Liberty broadcasters. I think her name is Van Brenny, or she got some Italian name. And then the other, I forgot the other young lady's name. I think it's Zora Stevenson, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm watching on the Liberty's local channel. I think the one that's on NBA TV might be the Chicago Sky's broadcast, since they're the home team. In this Connecticut Sun Mystics game, Aaliyah Edwards does have 12 points and 7 rebounds. Who's leading? Alyssa Thomas with 5. She's not on triple-double. Wow, she has 5 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. DeWanna Bonner up to 16 points and 7 rebounds. This is interesting. Man, my bad, y'all. Second quarter has started. They came back late, so I'm going to run the clock down a little bit. It is Chicago ball to start the second quarter. Ball inbounded to Chicago, and the lineup is Cardoso, DeShields, Allen, Reese, and Carter. For the Liberty, it's Fabich, Burke, Thornton, Sloot, and Jones. Ball out of bounds off of the Liberty. It stays Chicago ball. What do you hear about the 115 charges heading into November to find out if guilty or not? You're talking about Man City, Nelson? It looks like Cardoso turnaround jump shot. Oh, it bounces off. I was about to say, there's no way. That is unacceptable. Cardoso shoots a fall away jump shot. Nobody chases after the ball. She tries to get around Jonquel, and she almost gets her own rebound. Jonquel gets called for another foul. So it's Chicago ball again. I don't know why people are just waiting around. Attack the rebounds. Lindsay Allen with the ball over to DeShields at the three-point line. They're looking for Cardoso. She shoots. Oh, she misses terribly. Hits the left side of the backboard. No rim, and it's Liberty ball. Sloot trying to call out the play. Sloot's just dribbling. Sloot drives and gets the ball stripped from behind. A lot of dribbling by Sloot to nowhere. Isabel Harrison, spin move, goes up with the left, misses, rebound by Kennedy Carter, goes back up and scores. Liberty getting beat to the offensive rebounds, and it's 31-17. We need a box out class for the Liberty. Sloot over to Jonquel. Jonquel looking, finds Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton tries to drive, back over to Sloot. Sloot finds Leone. Leone goes up, misses, tries to get her own rebound, and Chicago rebound. She looked unsure if she wanted to shoot or pass there. Kennedy Carter, and there's a foul on Jonquel. Jonquel gets another foul. I think that's 3 on Jonquel. So Jonquel's going to have to go sit down for a bit. And that puts the Liberty in the bind, because with no Niara Sabali, that leaves Brianna Stewart to try and guard Cardoso, who has her by about 4 or 5 inches. So it's Chicago ball. Kennedy Carter over to Cardoso, who gets it to Allen. Allen, left side of the floor by her bench. Goes in the paint to Cardoso. She goes up and fouled by Stewart. This is gonna be a matchup problem. And Brianna Stewart with a foul. Jim says, I'm a little troubled that Kennedy has taken no responsibility for the Chief shot on Clark. She said no regrets. That's her prerogative. While we would like, well, I shouldn't say we, while people would like her to say, I'm sorry, if she's not truly sorry, what would saying sorry to her do. She probably apologized to her team because it was a 1 point difference at the end of the game. So probably that's what she would apologize for. Ball back in play as Cardoso hits 1 out of 2. But I don't expect her to come out and say I'm sorry to her. Stewie misses Cardoso with the rebound. Kennedy Carter on the run. She goes up. Layup, scores. Liberty need a timeout, but they don't call it. Sloot tries to get it back up the court quickly. Oh, I was right. She does end up calling a timeout. So the Sky come out firing in the second quarter. They're at a disadvantage to Liberty in the paint with no Niara tonight. They're being outscored 5-0 in the quarter so far. So it's 31-20 Liberty. Let's see if the Liberty can correct their second quarter doldrums that they have. James X, am I doing Indiana Washington on Friday night? Probably not. James, I probably won't be doing that game, but we shall see. Nelson says a little bit of a collapse. Like I was mentioning, no Niara tonight, so Jonquel already with 3 fouls trying to battle with Cardoso in the paint. So now it's Breanna Stewart's time. She already has a foul. Cardoso is 6'7", 6'8". Stewie's 6'3", 6'4" at best. So it's going to be tough for the Liberty in the paint if they leave Cardoso in there. James, appreciate that. That's what James said. James said he shared the stream. I hope everyone can do the same. If you're new here, salute to you. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow and Thursday for streams. Tomorrow we have the Aces game, and then back on Thursday we have the next Liberty game on the road. They're playing the Atlanta Dream for another Commissioner's Cup matchup. So these games have a little bit more meaning from now until the 13th. All these games count double. They count towards the Commissioner's Cup standings as well as their regular season totals. So expect teams to go hard all the way to the end. Point differential is a tiebreaker. So if you see teams trying to keep the score up, that is because if it comes to the end of the Commissioner's Cup group play and there's a tie in the record, the next tiebreaker, I believe it's head-to-head, and then it's point differential. Jim, you're right. But she's not gonna do that. She already wants to get past it. Their team wants to get past it, so she's not gonna come out and say it was a mistake. I think in the press conference today, she did say it was heated a moment. She didn't apologize, but she just said heated a moment. Yeah, James, it was all over. I seen CNN talking about it. I'm like, all right, this has transcended just basketball and gone to a whole nother level. I seen newspaper editorial board saying if it wasn't basketball, she should be charged with assault. I was like, all right, we've gone way too far now. We've gone way too far. Yeah, Liz, you're absolutely right. Ball back and play with the Liberty. Let's see how they can score out of this timeout. Isabel Harrison guarding Stewie. Over to Sloot. Sloot picks up her dribble. Top of the key to Benijah. Benijah gets into the paint. And what did they call it? They called a foul first before she traveled. So foul on Kennedy Carter. Ball in play with the Liberty. A bad pass by Stewie. Kennedy Carter with the steal. Liberty, they can't get out of their own way right now. Kennedy Carter with the ball. Finds Isabel Harrison. Isabel Harrison isoing on Stewie. She shoots the jumper. Cardoso comes from the three-point line and gets her own rebound. Gets the rebound. Passes it to Kennedy Carter. Isabel Harrison, mid-range jump shot off the back rim. And out of bounds on the Liberty. The Liberty players are not boxing out Cardoso here, and she's already too tall. You have to box her out. You can't. There's no leak outs here when you have Cardoso in the game. Thankfully, she goes to the bench for the Liberty, and they make some substitutions here. So it looks like the starters Besides, the Shields are back in. Kennedy Carter is in there. Dana Evans, top of the key, 3 off the back rim, misses. Good tip out by Stewie to Sloot. Over to Stewie. Stewie, right wing 3 off the back rim. No. Kennedy Carter flies in for the rebound. The Liberty haven't scored this quarter yet. We're already at the 7-minute mark. Kennedy Carter drives, goes up with the floater, misses, rebound Stewie. Stewie with the ball over to Benijah. Let's see if we can get something at the basket. They go corner to Sabrina, back to Benijah, and blocked by Reese. Angel Reese blocks the ball. It goes out of bounds. That was a good give and go by Sabrina and Benijah, but Benijah unaware that Angel Reese was trailing behind the play. So Stewie inbounds to Burke. Back to Stewie. Stewie, corner 3, and she misses. A good rebound by Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina gets the screen. She gets into the paint, throws up the floater, and gets fouled. So Sabrina Ionescu going to the line for free throws to see if the Liberty can score their first points of the second quarter. It's been a struggle so far. This team goes as Jonquel goes. So once Jonquel gets into foul trouble, and especially with no backup big, it throws the rhythm off completely against a team with as many tall, active bigs as the Sky. Sabrina hits the first free throw. Kennedy Burke goes out. And let's see who comes in for her. Second free throw. Sabrina hits both. It's 33-20. James Salute. Get some rest, my friend. Dana Evans over to Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter over to Angel Reese. He gets tipped out by Kayla Thornton. Active hands by Kayla Thornton. Stays Chicago basketball. Ball back in play with the Sky. Kennedy Carter gets in the paint. Spin move goes at Sloop, misses. And they call a foul on Angel Reese. I think she caught Kayla Thornton with maybe an elbow or a hand. Didn't really see there, but they pointing the other way. She's holding her nose or upper lip area. I guess they're going to look at the replay. I'm not sure what happened there. So Kennedy Carter gets into the paint, spin move. She goes up, misses the layup. I'm not sure what happened there. The camera didn't really show, but it's ball back with the Liberty. No review. Vandersloot with the ball. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina, foul line jump shot is good. There we go. Get Sabrina going towards the basket off these rolls. And the Liberty get their first field goal of the quarter at the 6-minute mark. Mabry in the post against Sabrina. Kennedy Carter with the cut. And she scores. Kennedy Carter flashed across the paint. Gets the pass from Mabry and scores. She is their scorer off the bench. Stewie over to Benijah. Benijah with the ball. Finds Sabrina again on the same play. She throws up the floater. Sabrina has the floater working tonight. And she gets the same off the curl from the 3-point line. Curling into the paint. Gets that push shot from about 5 to 10 feet out. 37-22 Liberty. Elizabeth Williams in the paint. She's guarded by Stewie. She reverse pivots. Throws up the right hook. Is good. Elizabeth Williams. So we're approaching 5 minutes to go here. Approaching 5 minutes. Sabrina over to Stewie. Kayla Thornton, corner 3, misses. Rebound, Elizabeth Williams gets tipped out to Kennedy Carter, and she's on the run here. She passes it to Mabry. Gets Angel Reese in the post. Angel Reese goes up, throws it up, and scores. So it's an 11-point game here. Liberty trying to hang on to this double-digit lead. Sloot. Oh, Sloot gets the screen. Oh, Sloot smokes the wide open layup. She does that a lot. Nobody near her. And Mabry comes down, hits a 3. You miss a layup on one end, give up a 3 on the other, and it's an 8-point game now. Benijah Laney goes reverse with the left, and she smokes it. Sloot gets the rebound. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina finds Stewie. Stewie, one leg fall away jumper, short, and Reese with the rebound. Sky trying to cut into this lead even more here. Liberty trying to hold on. Dana Evans gets into the paint, throws up the floater, and fouled. So the Liberty unraveling here again in the second quarter. Same thing that happened at home. And Chicago's going to the line for free throws. So Dana Evans at the line for free throws. She hits the first. Liberty always do this in the second quarter in recent memory. They're being outscored 14-6 so far in the second quarter. I've got this lead. RC, my guy, salute. What's going on, bro? I just seen your message. What's going on? And Dana Evans hits the second. So now it's a 6-point game. 6-point game for the Liberty. They're being outscored 15-6 here in the second quarter. Salute missed a layup and then a 3 on the other end. So that was a 5-point swing there, really. Salute with the ball with 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Salute with another terrible pass, turnover. Kennedy Carter drives and goes out of bounds off of Vandersloot. I don't know what New York up to 8 turnovers. Sometimes I don't know what Vandersloot is seeing there. They're showing the replay of the turnover, and it's still Chicago ball. They inbounded. Isabel Harrison with the ball, guarded by Benija. She gets into the paint, throws it up, left hand, and it rolls off. So Liberty, Chicago is in the bonus right now. It's Chicago going to the line for free throws to cut into this lead even more. Chicago's being the more aggressive team. They're getting into the paint. They're forcing the referees to call fouls. So Isabel Harrison at the line. She's dealt with a lot of injuries in recent memory. As she hits the free throw. 5-point game here. 5-point game. Liberty capitulating right now in typical second quarter fashion for them. They had a 17-point lead that's now down to 4. Chicago's on an 11-0 run in the last minute and a half. Let's see if the Liberty can put a stop to it in this last 3.5 minutes. Leonie Fabich in the game, over to Kayla Thornton, over to Sabrina. Sabrina with the pump fake. She gets into the paint. Another foul line jumper is good. Sabrina has that 15-footer working. And it's 39-33. Now they just got to get stops on this other end. Lindsay Allen, left side of the floor. Over to Mabry. Mabry with the pump fake. Mabry gets into the paint, throws up the floater, misses. Elizabeth Williams unguarded, and she gets the putback. No communication there. Stewie rolls over to help. Nobody comes to help the helper. And they call a foul on Lindsay Allen trying to sell the offensive foul. It's still Liberty ball. So Sabrina has the floater working. Liberty trying to hang on to this lead that they have. But a timeout has been called by Chicago. 2 minutes 55 to go here in the first half. All right, so it's been an up and down. It's been an up and down game so far. The Liberty out to a big lead, out to a 16-point lead. Now they've given it all back. Only scored 8 points in this quarter so far. It's the second quarter woes. It started with Jonquel getting her 3rd foul against Cardoso. And then from there, it's just been turnover after turnover for the Liberty in typical Liberty fashion. Vandersloot up to 4 turnovers already. Jonquel with 2 and Stewie with 2. Sabrina's the only one who, and Benija don't have any for the starters. For the Sky, Kennedy Carter off the bench is leading them in points. She has 11 points. They only have 4 turnovers compared to the Liberty's 8. So that is the difference in this comeback so far. Coach Brondello knows that the second quarter has been an issue, and consecutive in all these games so far, besides the game against Minnesota when we were down in the second quarter, the Liberty have given up their big leads, at least somewhat. In the Fever game, we were able to overcome it with sheer talent. but against better teams, it's already not playing well so far. The same thing happened in game one. Game one, I'm about to look at the stats there. It was actually a tie game in the first quarter. Second quarter, Chicago outscores us 19-11. And that basically was the difference in the game there. Miss Betty, what's going on? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Shout out to everybody who's here, joined on the watch along tonight. This is one of the 3 watch alongs we'll be doing this week that I have planned at least. Tomorrow will be Aces Dallas, and on Thursday it will be Liberty Dream. So make sure you're on and logged in for that. Looking at the other game that's going on tonight right now, Connecticut is up 61-48 on the winless Washington Mystics. And we have a 10 p.m. Eastern game on CBS Sports Network. It's the Mercury versus the Storm. Ball back at play with the Liberty. Kayla Thornton over to Sabrina. So it's Sabrina, Kayla, Fabich, Brianna Stewart, and as I say Fabich, she pulls the 3, misses completely, hits the backboard, doesn't even hit the rim. And Chicago with chance to cut into this lead even more. Rotate back over, Sabrina, to your player. A miscommunication all over the place. Sabrina, and it's a 2-point game. Sabrina, after she switches back, you got to get back to your player. As Kennedy Carter roaming the paint gets a wide open shot. Somebody has to cut there. And a foul on Lindsay Allen on Benijah Laney. She reaches in. Sabrina still trying to double. And she's in no man's land. Leaves the player wide open. Chicago is the home team, Miss Betty. Liberty has great players. Do they lose focus? Yeah, it's a constant thing with them. Benijah Laney at the line to shoot free throws. She hits the first. The Liberty, at least this season, they go up big in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, they tend to, I don't know what happens. Honestly, they start to be lackadaisical with the ball, and then let teams right back in the game. They had a 17-point lead in this game. It's now a 4-point game. And they call a foul on Benijah Laney. I believe that's on. So with Chicago in the bonus, they go in for free throws. So, but the Liberty already in foul trouble. Every time Chicago gets fouled, every time they're gonna shoot free throws from now until the end of the quarter, which isn't good. So Benijah with the foul on Mabry. Mabry hits the first free throw. So it's 41. I thought I hit the free. There we go. It's 41-38 and 41-39. So now it's a 2-point game. It was a 17-point lead at one point. Now it's a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Fabich with the ball over to Kayla Thornton, over to Sabrina. Sabrina back to Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton for 3, and she misses. And rebound Chicago. Chicago has a chance to tie or take the lead. Mabry into the paint, looking for someone. Mabry spin move, goes up, throws up the floater, misses, gets her own rebound. And out to Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter, crossover, gets to the paint, and it's a tie game. Tie game. Liberty give up a 17-point lead, and it's a tie game. Sabrina with the ball. Over to Benijah in the paint. Benijah isoed by herself. Over to Leone. Leone wide open for 3. Yes, finally, Leone hits a 3. And the Liberty go back on top by 3. 44-41. Approaching a minute to go in the second quarter. Chicago has clawed all the way back after a 16-point deficit in the first quarter. Another foul called on the Liberty, and Chicago free throws. Sabrina, they're showing the replay. Sabrina gets blown right by Kennedy Carter. There's no help down there, and she scores. So now more free throws for the Chicago Sky. And Mabry going back to the line. Mabry rattles in the first. Is Liberty the team with the play that tried to choke out? No. You're thinking about Connecticut, where Angel Reese went up for the rebound and she got choke slammed, quote unquote. It's 44-43. Liberty ball with under a minute to go. Benija finds Stewie. She's in the paint. Corner to Leo. Let's see if Leo can hit 2 in a row. Misses the wide open one. And the Liberty get the rebound. And that should be a jump ball. Oh, they get a timeout called. Liberty get a timeout called. As Breanna Stewart on the floor fighting for the rebound. Keita. Oh, Keita. Aces fan here. You're not even playing. No, I'm messing with you. What's going on? Hope all is well. It's a 1-point game here in Chicago. Liberty had a 17-point lead at one point. I keep reiterating it. The second quarter issues for the Liberty come back to bite them. They give up the lead, and now it's a 1-point game. Oh, you went to the game? Which game you went to? Did you go to the one on Sunday against the Fever? Because I was there. It was a good game. Oh snap! I stopped the. Oh, I think I did. I think I did see you comment that you were there, if I remember correctly. Leone Fabic has to hit these wide open threes. They're getting the Liberty are getting these looks from three from Leo, but she just hasn't been consistent in hitting them. So it's Liberty ball with 13 on the shot clock, 42 left on the game clock. And let's see if the Liberty can get a good possession, out of this timeout here. If you're just joining, Jonquel Jones already in foul trouble again. She's up to 3 fouls. Miss Betty DeShields is playing tonight. She hasn't had a good game so far. I don't think she scored yet. She did get the start, but she didn't look right. She's on the bench now. All right, so it's Liberty ball, Benija to inbound, Sloot on the bench. So we have Stewie, Fabic, Lainey Hamilton, Sabrina. Oh, Breanna Stewart, great play out of the timeout. They get a quick fake handoff. Stewie wide open to the basket and scores. Ball back to play with Chicago. 3-point game. Let's see if the Liberty can play defense without fouling to end this quarter. Elizabeth Williams with the ball. Finds Kennedy Carter. Benija tries to cut the gap, but she gets back in front of her. Marina with the ball. Marina drives, goes up and scores. Tough. And they call a foul on Fabic. Marina goes right into Leone, uses the shoulder, knocks her down, and scores. I don't know how that's a foul on Leone, but she gets the foul and she has a chance to tie the game here. Marina hits the free throw and it's a tie game again. Ball back in play with the Liberty. 46 all. Sabrina comes across half court. Sabrina gets the screen from Benija. Sabrina goes into the paint, picks up her dribble, finds Stewie. Stewie drives. Oh, he gets run into by her own player. Foul and 1. And they're saying, Chicago's saying that it was her own player that fouled her. Breanna Stewart is saying that she was pushed. And she was pushed by Lindsay Allen right into Breanna Stewart. Breanna Stewart hits the shot and scores. They haven't given the score yet. There's actually 3 seconds left on the clock. They haven't given counted the basket yet. The referees are discussing what to do here. They're looking at the replay, so I'm gonna add 3 seconds to the clock. Find Stewie. Stewie with the pump fake, drives. Lindsay Allen with the little shove, and that should definitely be a foul on Lindsay Allen for the push. The Sky bigs are tough, and we don't have enough bigs to match up with them. So when Cardoso came in and Jonquel was in foul trouble, that's where the game turned there. because we're putting 6'3" and 6'4" players on a player that's 6'7", 6'8". So you can't teach height, and it's clear that Cardoso has the height and she has the skill to go along with that height as well. And then the Liberty came down and started turning the ball over, which doesn't help. Because as of now, they're still reviewing to see if that will count. Is the Liberty were outscored. They came back a little bit, but they still were outscored 31-17 so far. So basically gave up that big first quarter lead, as we can see. The officials still reviewing this play. Sabrina passes it out to Stewie at the top of the key. She drives by. Benai just getting up. It looks like Lindsay Allen just pushes her right into Stewie. Yeah, they have a problem with boxing out. They a couple times they left the ball for John Quell, who's doing the boxing out, when they should be the ones attacking the rebound. Players not finding a body in boxing out. It's like typical like stuff you learn and when you're learning basketball. When the ball goes up, you find a body, you box it out. They just over here watching the ball in the air. And Chicago has been the more aggressive team in this second quarter. And it shows with them being in the bonus and them clawing back into this game. So they're still reviewing, guys. This is taking a lot longer than you would have hoped. But they are still reviewing this. I don't know how many times they got to see different replays here. But they were playing the same thing over and over. Benai just getting up. Lindsay Allen looks like she shoves her right in the back. I mean, I think that's clear to me, but the refs believe otherwise. So we'll just sit here and watch the replay over and over. The basket does count either way, but now I guess it's to see if it's a free throw or not. Oh, so they do. It is a free throw. So Benai Jelani will actually shoot the free throw since she was fouled. So she will shoot the free throw. So does the Sky lose their challenge for the rest of the game? The Sky actually challenged that play. So Benai Jelani at the line to shoot her free throw, excuse me. And she buries it. So it's 49-46. Chicago with the ball. 2 seconds. 1 second. Lindsay Allen. And she does a lot of dribbling. Throws it up. And they call a foul. The Liberty foul. Oh my goodness. So the Liberty foul at the buzzer. It looks like it was a shooting foul. Even if it wasn't. The shot clock. They should be shooting free throws either way. So they're going to review to see if she got the shot off in time. The Liberty have had a terrible quarter. They haven't been able to deal with the aggressive drives of the Chicago Sky. They're reviewing to see, and yeah, it looks like she does get it off in time. Doesn't look like the ball is in her. Nah, the ball is 3, 2. The ball is still in her hand. The ball is still in her hand. So I don't know if that counts as a shooting foul. So the refs are reviewing it to see if she got it off in time. I guess it depends on when they call the foul. If they call the foul before the clock expires. But the Liberty, a lot of fouls in this quarter. A lot of fouls. The Sky got into the bonus early and did not stop attacking. So the Liberty have been called for 14 fouls. The Sky have been called for 10. The Liberty have shot 8 for 8 from the line. The Sky have shot 13 for 14 from the line. So they're still reviewing it to see if she got it off in time. So this quarter may not be over as of yet. They're trying to see if Lindsey Allen will shoot free throws to end the quarter. It looks like we have a final game over in Connecticut. Connecticut smack up the winless Washington Mystics 76 to 59. They move to 9-0. The only undefeated team left in the W. So she does get 2 shots. They said the foul occurs before the shot clock lights come on. So Lindsey Allen will get 2 free throws. Jim said the Mystics is fever. Yeah, they're not a good team. So Lindsey Allen at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Disaster quarter for the Liberty. She hits the first. Lindsey Allen at the line to shoot the second. And she buries the second. 1-point game. Liberty should just inbound this and get to the locker room. So that is the end of the second quarter. Chicago outscores the Liberty 31 to 18 in the quarter. 33 to 18 in the quarter. Liberty with a 1-point lead at halftime, 49 to 48. As usual, guys, we're going to take a look at the box score and some of the team stats, and then we can have a chat about other things W related. All right, cool. So let me get that ready for us in the meantime. If you're just joining, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're doing watch-alongs all week, all season long. So make sure you are subscribed. Let's pull up the Liberty box score here. Make sure I got that ready for y'all. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and push this up there. All right, hope you guys can see that. Hope it's big enough for you to see. So Liberty 49, Chicago 48. You have New York outscored them 31 to 15 in the first quarter. Then you have Chicago outscoring them 33 to 18 in the second quarter, which is why it's a 1-point game now. Lainey Hamilton, with 16 minutes, she's 9 points, 3 assists. She's 2 for 3 from 3. Brianna Stewart with 19 first half points, 8 rebounds to go with it. John Quell got into foul trouble, as I mentioned. No points for her, 5 rebounds. You have Vandersloot with 2 points and 4 turnovers, which is a reoccurring theme with Vandersloot, and 2 assists. So she has more turnovers than assists. Sabrina Ionescu with 13 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and no turnovers for her. She's getting to the mid-range, and she's hitting that mid-range floater. Kayla Thornton with 3 points. Kennedy Burke with none. And Leonie Fabich with 3 points. Sabali is hurt, as I mentioned. Davis and Dojkic have not played yet. Liberty are shooting 45% from the field, almost 46%. 41% from 3, and they haven't missed a free throw. They're 8 for 8. Their Achilles heel has been the fouls and the turnovers. So they have 14 fouls as a team, 8 turnovers as well. For the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese played 10 minutes, 4 points, 2 rebounds. She has 3 fouls, which is why she probably didn't see a lot of time in that second quarter. Elizabeth Williams has 8 points and 6 rebounds. DeShields with no points. She played 11 minutes, 1 rebound for her. Mabry got to the line a lot in that second quarter. She has 10 points, and 5 of them are from the foul line. Dana Evans with 2 points as well for her. Their bench, Harrison came in, gave them 4. Cardoso gave them 1. She missed the other free throw. Lindsey Allen with 4. And Kennedy Carter leads the way with 15 points off the bench. She has 3 steals as well and 3 rebounds. Chicago shooting 40% from the field, 25% from 3. So they're 1 for 4 from 3, and it's still a 1-point game here. And the Liberty have shot 6 more threes. Have made they made 6 more threes than them. They're 15 for 16 from the line. That's 93.8%. They have 20 rebounds to the Liberty's 18, and they have 4 turnovers compared to the Liberty's 8. 10 fouls to the Liberty's 14. So that's the box score for the Chicago Sky and New York Liberty. Miss Betty says, I don't like the CT team. Yeah, I don't like them either. I hope they lose. But that is the box score for them. Let's take a look at the previous game and at the box score for them. So the Mystics are now 0-9. Connecticut Sun now 9-0. Yeah, that's always been the thing with Kennedy. She's a baller, but when it comes to the mental part of controlling emotions, things get out of hand. But there's no doubt she was the 4th overall pick for a reason, based on the talent. It was just everything else that sort of comes with that talent, which is something that I guess is still a work in progress. For the Mystics, you have Aaliyah Edwards. She played 28 minutes for the injured Stephanie Dolson. She had 14 points and 9 rebounds. Steph Dolson had 5 points and 7 rebounds. Van Loo with 5 points and 5 assists. Carly Samuelson with 9 points and 3 for 6 from 3. Atkins with 9 points, 3 for 12. Atkins she's having an up and down year. She doesn't have Sykes. All the attention is on her when Sykes and Austin are not on the floor, and the Sun have been her Achilles heel. Hines Allen with 10 off the bench. Engsler with none. Walker Kimbrough with 2. Dee Richards with 2. Melbourne with 3 off the bench. The Sun. Dewana Bonner with 20 and 8. Alyssa Thomas with 7 and 7. Bree Jones with 15 points, 3 rebounds. Ty Harris with 14 points. And Dejanay Carrington with 4 points and 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Nelson Adota with 4. Endor Fall with 2. Bannon with 3. And Tiff Mitchell with 7. So that is the box score for both the games the game that happened, which was the Sun and Mystics, and the game that is going on now, which is the Liberty and Sky. Yeah, like Jim said here, Kennedy is very skilled. She would be great if she would just settle down. That is the thing. That is the Achilles heel. Every player has their Achilles heel, something that they have yet to master. Some players it's shooting. Some players it's passing, rebounding. But basketball is also a mental game. And unfortunately, when it comes to not the basketball IQ, but everything else that goes around the game IQ for Kennedy, it has been a recurring issue. And this is one of the times where it has not been good to her in that decision she made in the last game. Because even in that game, she was balling too. Before, if you would have looked at her stats, I think she had 19 points in the game, but you wouldn't have known because of what happened in the end of that third quarter there. But we have to move. We have to move on from that. Nelson says, Sun have Liberty up next. Remember last year we handled the Sun. Handed their Sun the first defeat. Can it repeat? Yep. Hopefully we can. The Sun, they're on a roll right now. They're not scoring a lot of points, but their defense has been outstanding so far with Bree Jones back in the lineup. Alyssa doing what Alyssa does, and Ty Harris and Dejanay playing with renewed interest. It's what you call it. It's gonna be tough. She salutes the fact they made this jump and are at a 1-point difference is insane. Yep. It's a typical Liberty thing. I've been complaining about for the past since the season started. The Liberty go up in these first quarters, and then second quarter, a combination of the Liberty start doing stupidness and the other team getting into rhythm, and these games always come back to single digit scores by halftime. Let's see if the Liberty can come out with renewed interest in the third quarter. Jonquel already with 3 fouls. She tends to get, well, these last 2 games against the Sky, she tends to get in foul trouble a lot. Ms. Badgie said, I can't believe I'm paying any attention to the W. Caitlin Inch on the various controversy got me watching these games. Yeah. I'm glad you're sticking around to watch. I'm glad you are watching. It's a very good league. The ladies are playing their hearts out, and I've been a fan as long as the league's been around. In my older years, I've put like more thought and more eyes on it. But when I was younger, I used to watch it. Now that I'm able to just access games and I'm able to think for myself and pay for tickets myself to go to games, I'm way more invested than I was when I was younger. All right, so it looks like we're coming back. I'm over here chatting. I didn't even get the minutes ready for the third quarter here. I know they like to start things so abruptly, so let me get everything. I have OT here. Look at me. What is going on? There we go. They're showing Kennedy Carter highlights. Heartland Motorsports says, I may be wrong and maybe you talked about it, but I thought I read the Fever cannot sue the league for foul calls. They can send plays into the league and say, hey, we think that our players or player is getting fouled and not receiving these calls. And the league can respond. They're not going to do it publicly, of course, but they could, I guess, talk to the referees or bring it up to the head of referees, I believe, and make it a emphasis, not an emphasis, but to, I guess you could say emphasize the need to if you see the contact, call the fouls. But in terms of legal action, you're not going to be getting anything in that for foul calls. All right, they went back to commercial, so we still have some time here. That's all you can do as a organization, as a part of as any basketball organization in the NBA, the W, can send plays to the league office saying, we think these are fouls. Why aren't these being called? But in terms of legal action, that's not even an option. As a reminder, this is a Commissioner's Cup game. You see the Commissioner's Cup in the background of the screen, titled Commissioner's Cup. This is the second game for both the Liberty and the Sky in the Commissioner's Cup Group Play Series. Both teams are, well, the Liberty are 1-0, the Sky are 0-1. The two teams from both the East and the West, whoever has the highest record out of these 5 Commissioner's Cup games, will play each other in the Commissioner's Cup final, which I believe is June 25th. Heartland, of course, no problem. Jim says you're good at this, Jay. Salute, my friend. Appreciate it. Be safe out there. We're still waiting for the third quarter to start here. I already gave all my thoughts on what the Liberty need to do to win this game. They still have a lot of issues to work out. But listen, the game is a 40-minute game. You know, teams, when they go down, they're going to fight back, especially a team led by Teaspoon. So they have to correct their mistakes here. All right, shout out to everybody who's still here on the stream. Salute to all of y'all. This next game starts at 10 p.m. Phoenix, Seattle. That game has a lot of storyline behind it if you're into the whole storyline of it all. Skylar Diggins-Smith ended her Phoenix Mercury tenure on a rocky end to it. There was supposed conflict between Diana and Sky, supposed conflict between the organization and Sky due to her pregnancy and her trying to use facilities to try and get back into shape during the season, and they wouldn't let her. So a lot of controversy around that. So that is a big game coming up next on CBS Sports Network. So be on the lookout for that. I believe there's no Nneka Ogwumike in that game. I think she's out with an eye injury. So don't expect to see Nneka there. Last game, I think Diana, they beat up on, who did they play last game? I think Diana had like 31 last game on Sunday. She was like 6 for 8 from 3. So the old lady still got it in spurts. She can give you one of those every once in a while, but that's hard to do at her age. 40, I think she's 42. So Chicago will start the quarter with the ball. They're showing the Liberty's upcoming schedule. They play the Dream, as I mentioned, on Thursday. I believe they play the Sun on Saturday, and then the Mystics on Sunday. All right, people. Appreciate all the kind words. I'm glad I'm able to do this for those who are not able to watch the game, or even if you want to watch the game, don't want to hear their commentary, and you would like to hear mine. I appreciate it all. All right, so let's see how the Liberty start off this quarter here. They're talking to each other, communicating. It's going to be the starters most likely. I don't know if Diamond will continue to play. She hasn't played well. I know she's coming off a non-COVID illness, which kept her out of the last game. So we shall see how she does in this one. Ball in play. We'll see if she's on the floor. So let's see if I see her. Ball in play with Chicago. Yes, she is. So it's both starters from both teams on the floor right now. Diamond DeShields with the ball, guarded by Jonquel Jones. Handoff to Mabry. Mabry drives, step back jumper, and scores. And Chicago takes their first lead of the game off a Mabry foul line jump shot. So Sloot with the ball. Sloot over to Stewie, over to Benijah. Benijah gets Jonquel in the post. Jonquel posting up. She picks up her dribble. Somebody's open. They find Sloot in the corner. Long 2 is good. Sloot with the long 2. And the Liberty retake the lead. 51-50. Mabry quickly up the court. Mabry with a handoff, and they call a foul on Vandersloot, trying to run off the screen. Good find by Jonquel to find Vandersloot in the opposite corner, and she buries the long 2. So ball and play with the Sky. Dana Evans with the ball. Dana Evans. Oh, this is a mismatch here. This is a mismatch. Angel Reese goes up, misses, blocked by Stewie, and the Liberty have the rebound. The Liberty have to figure out those switches, and no foul is called. And Chicago has the rebound. Dana Evans going quickly up the other way. Over to Mabry. Mabry in the post. Over to Dana Evans. Dana Evans, foul line jumper, short. Jonquel just standing around, and Angel fights for the miss. Angel misses the shot, and rebound Liberty. We're very lackadaisical with these offensive rebounds. Sabrina in the paint throws up the jumper and scores. Thought she was fouled, but she gets the shot. So Liberty up 53-50. Elizabeth Williams over to Mabry. Mabry with the hesitation dribble, step back for 3, and she buries it. Mabry's feeling it now. She got a lot of free throws in that second quarter, hit her first shot of this quarter, and now she's hit another 3. It's 53 all. Vandersloot with the ball. Vandersloot back out to Stewie. Stewie drives to the basket on Reese with the left and scores. Stewie to the basket with the left, and the Liberty retake the lead 55-53. We know Mabry's the head of the snake now, so we have to try and get the ball out of Mabry's hands. Mabry with the ball. She drives on Sabrina. She pulls up for the foul line. Jump shot misses. Rebound Vandersloot. Vandersloot with the ball, and they call a foul on Mabry on the reach-in. So it'll be Liberty ball side out of bounds. Angel Reese playing with 3 fouls, didn't want to foul Stewie there. So she got the left-hand basket, all the left-hand drive to the basket. Jonquel for 3 for her first points, way off. Reese with the rebound. Jonquel, she's probably tentative to go into paint and post up too before she gets called for a foul. So she might just start settling for a lot of outside jump shots. Corner to Diamond DeShields. She drives, misses, rebound by Jonquel. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie back to Sabrina. Sabrina, oh, she had the wide open shot, but she takes it, reloads, and misses. She had the wide open one initially. And Mabry throws the ball out of bounds, looking for Reese down the court. So a turnover quickly by the Chicago Sky. Sabrina hesitated on the wide open 3 and then took the harder shot. So ball is back in play with the Liberty here. Vandersloot brings the ball up the court. Sabrina's open. Sabrina shoots the 3 and buries it. Sabrina doesn't hesitate that time and hits the 3-pointer. 58-53 New York. Vandersloot looked a little shaky with the handles there. There's a mismatch here with Sloot guarding Elizabeth Williams. Diamond DeShields into the paint, throws up the floater, and scores. So it's 58-55. Sabrina with the ball. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie drives into the paint, goes up with the left, right, and scores. Banks it in. So Brianna Stewart being aggressive in this quarter. And she's up to 23. Timeout Chicago. Timeout Chicago. So it's been back and forth so far between the Liberty and the Sky. Liberty extend their lead and have a 5-point lead here with 5 minutes 55 seconds to go. And timeout called. Alrighty. Looks like we're in for a good one here, people. We are in for a good one. Closer than I would like, but it makes for good basketball in the end. Right, they're showing. We're in commercial right now. We are in commercial. So let me get the time right. It's actually 5 minutes 55 seconds. So I'm about 10 seconds behind on my clock here, but let's get it right. 5:55. Liberty, they went down on that first shot of the game, but they responded. Sab hit some shots. Stewie continues to hit her shots. Stewie is up to 23 points, 8 rebounds. And Sab is up to 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Salute to everybody who's still hanging out on this watch along. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Alrighty. We're still in commercial if you're just joining. Still in commercial. Appreciate you, Miss Betty. Appreciate you. Salute to you. Thanks for staying on. Thanks for staying on. We're in commercial now. We are in commercial. As soon as we come back, we'll get right back to the action. Very good game here so far. I thought the Liberty had corrected their ways in the second, as I've mentioned probably a bunch of times. But obviously they have not corrected their second quarter woes, which is why it's now a 5-point game. But ball is back in play with Chicago. Perfect timing. Angel Reese with the ball at the 3-point line. She's looking. Oh, she crosses over on Jonquel, drives with the left, and scores. So Angel Reese fakes the pass, drives left right by Jonquel, and scores the basket. So 3-point game, 60-57. Oh, it said like Shay. Oh, my bad. I apologize. There we go. Shay, I got you. Jonquel with the ball. Yakini, what's going on? Salute. Jonquel pulls up for three. Oh, yeah. And it's a shot clock violation by the Liberty. Jonquel, it's not been her night. The foul trouble has made her tentative to get into the paint. And she's stuck on the perimeter just trying to shoot some threes here, which is not... She can shoot threes, but that should not be her diet in the game. Jonquel with 0 points still. Diamond DeShields with the ball. Diamond DeShields guarded by Sabrina. She goes into Sabrina. And Sabrina with the strip and save. Great defense by Sabrina. Diamond tried to bump her off. She gets the strip and saves it into Salute. Out to Stewie. Stewie settles her feet for three. Misses. Jonquel fighting for the rebound. And they call the ball hits the bottom of the backboard, so that's considered out of bounds, and it goes to Chicago. I thought Jonquel was about to get her first points. Unfortunately, it hits the bottom of the backboard. That was good hands by Sapp to save that and strip that. Ball back in play with Chicago. 3-point game here. Mabry with the ball. And Benijah and Mabry get tangled up here. Mabry swings her arm back and hits Benijah in the top of the head. Uh-oh. Yeah, Jonquel with 0. She's taking 2 shots or 2 shots or threes. So the referees are at the table trying to discuss what they should call here. Benijah tangles up with Mabry's arm. They call the foul call. Mabry's like, I don't know if she swings her arm back and like hits Benijah in the forehead, and then tempers get a little heated there. We need to get Jonquel in the paint. We have her just being screen man on the 3-point line, just trying to screen and screen and screen. Benijah not taking nothing from nobody. Yeah. So the officials are still reviewing this here. Officials are still reviewing this. Let me run the clock down a bit. I don't know if they're gonna reset the time, but let me just run it down. They have 4:46 on the clock. Let's see if they change it, but I'm gonna just change it now just in case they don't. So I don't know what the call is here. They're still reviewing it. They're still showing replays. Damn, man, they don't back down here in this league. They going at it here. They are going at it here. Mabry, Benijah's a tough defender. Mabry, a very gifted offensive player. Usually when they play, Benijah's guarding Mabry because she's the one that could probably try and deal with her. And usually these type of emotions come out. People get tangled up, and we go from there. So let's see what happens. I don't know. They still determining the call, I believe. I don't think they'll escalate it unless they give them both like technical fouls. I hope not. Yeah, double technical fouls as expected. Double technical fouls on Benijah and Mabry. So Benijah's on the bench now. They sub in Kayla Thornton. Mabry with the ball, guarded by Kayla Thorn. She goes cross court to Diamond DeShields. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, Elizabeth Williams saves it to the Liberty, and the Liberty have numbers if they want it. Over to Stewie. Stewie transition three, and she gets a long rebound. Finds Jonquel. Jonquel goes up and gets fouled by Diamond DeShields. That's one thing that I don't like about Jonquel is when she gets the ball up here, she always tends to bring it back down to the floor, giving the defenders another opportunity to try and strip the ball, which they almost do on that play. So Jonquel hits the first free throw. I feel like my clock is not responding when I press play, guys. I'm gonna fix the clock here. We're at 4:24. I feel like every time I hit play, it's not responding, but she hits the first free throw, and she misses the second. Ball back in play. Marina Mabry. Mabry on the left side of the floor. She tries to double cross, and Kayla Thornton on the floor saves it. So we get a steal here. Brianna Stewart with the ball here. Brianna Stewart over to Sloot. Tries to find Jonquel in the paint. She backs in. Over to Sloot. Over to Sab. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back over to Vandersloot. Vandersloot drives. Shoots a foul line jumper. Rolls around. Jonquel's trying to save it. Punches it out. Vandersloot with the save. Over to Sabrina. Sabrina, top of the key three. Off the back rim, jumps up, and rebound Angel Reese. Kennedy Carter into the game. She drops it off to Elizabeth Williams. Nobody helps, and they score. Liberty, they're not a good transition defense team, I will say. Brianna Stewart over to Sabrina. Sabrina into the paint. Looks for Sloot. Sloot in the corner for three, out to Jonquel. Jonquel tries to pass it to Kayla. Kayla loses her footing, or they pull the chair on her. Marina just falls to the floor and turns it over. Sabrina with the steal. Sabrina tries to go coast to coast, goes up and misses the layup, and it's Chicago ball. Sabrina tried to go 1-on-4 there. She should have just slowed it down and dribbled it back out, but Chicago slows it down as we approach 3 minutes to go. It's a 2-point game here. Kennedy Carter into Elizabeth Williams, over to Angel Reese. She goes, and they call a foul on Jonquel. I don't think that was a foul, but they're calling everything on Jonquel. I think Jonquel had her hand straight up. Angel Reese initiated the contact, but let's see if they show the replay. So Angel Reese at the line for free throws. Angel Reese with 6 points and 5 rebounds. Shoots the first. She hits the first. So Kennedy Birkin's a game, and Leonie Fabich in the game for Sloot and JJ. JJ out with 4 fouls. Hasn't been her night tonight. She's been getting rebounds, but when it comes to scoring, it just has not been her night. She's got into foul trouble again against the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese hits the second, and it's a tie game again at 61 all. Ball back at play with the Liberty. Chicago has taken 18 free throws to New York's 10. They've been the more aggressive team. Burke over to Sabrina. Sabrina over to Brianna Stewart in the corner. Brianna Stewart just dribbling, trying to post up. She gets into the paint, throws up the floater, misses, tips it up, and tips it in. And the New York retakes the lead, 63-61, 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Cardoso is into the game. So Cardoso and Reese are on the floor at the same time right now. Kennedy Carter drives, crossover, foul line jumper. She misses. Angel Reese comes in and gets the rebound. So offensive rebounds again. Kennedy Carter goes left-hand side. She goes, drives in. Angel Reese gets the rebound, misses. And it looks like the Liberty tip it out of bounds. Kennedy Carter's on the floor holding her face. The Liberty are trying to commit to Cardoso, but they're leaving the other players unguarded. She didn't get hit. Oh, she got kicked in the face by her own player. That wasn't even That wasn't even a Liberty player that hit Kennedy Carter in the face. Angel Reese went for the rebound while she was on the floor, and she gets kicked in the face. Ball back at play with Mabry. We have a mismatch with Sabrina guarding. They switch out. Kennedy Carter with 4 seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds. She gets fouled, and she's going to the line. She gets around Kennedy Burke and then jumps back into her and gets the foul call. So Kennedy Burke, the Chicago Sky in the bonus again, and they go into the line. Kennedy Carter is to shoot free throws. Kennedy Carter for the first free throw. She buries it. And she misses the second. Cardoso tips it, but the Liberty thankfully get the rebound. The Liberty, when she's in the game, have to gang rebound here. They can't just leave Brianna or Kayla Thornton one-on-one. Liberty look confused here. They get it to Sabrina. Sabrina tries to drive on Mabry, passes it to Kayla Thornton, back out to Sabrina. Sabrina wide open three. She's off. Kennedy Burke tries to tip it in with one hand and rebound Chicago. So it's a 1-point game. Mabry with the ball. Kennedy should have brought that down, but she tries to quick tip it in over the taller Cardoso. That's what height does to you. Makes you rush some movements here. So Reese with the ball, crossover on Brianna Stewart, goes at her, misses, and Kayla Thornton taps it out of bounds. She could have had the rebound, but she tips it out of bounds. Liberty doing a lot of tipping the ball now because they can't really out jump Cardoso. So they're just trying to tip it to another player, and it's leading to second chance opportunities. Good give and go between the Mabry and Lindsay Allen, and Chicago retakes the lead. Liberty fell asleep there. Sabrina with the ball gets into the paint. Out to Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke for three. Misses. And Angel Reese with the rebound. They call a foul. Chicago is going to be shooting free throws again. So the play before on the inbound, Kayla Thornton got caught on the screen, left Marina wide open. Sabrina leaves the inbounder to try and help, but that leaves the inbounder wide open, and they get an easy layup. So Angel Reese at the line for free throws. Angel Reese at the line for free throws. Chicago is up 1 point with 53 seconds to go. She hits the first. Chicago is the worst team percentage-wise at free throws in the league at 70%. Tonight, they're 19 for 21. And Reese hits the second, so it's a 3-point game. 3-point game here. Let's see if the Liberty can tie this game or get it within one. Sabrina drives, switches hands in midair, misses. Cardoso tips it to Allen, and Chicago on the run again. Kennedy Carter into the paint, foul line floater, misses, gets her own rebound. And they call a foul on the rebound. They call a push in the back by, I don't know on who they're signaling, but they call a foul on the rebound. They fouled Brianna Stewart, so we get away with one because she got her own rebound. Oh, Angel Reese. Oh, yeah, Angel Reese shoves Brianna Stewart right in the back, and they catch her on that. So Angel Reese, I think that's her fifth. That might be her fourth or fifth foul, so she goes to the bench. Ball back in play. So Brianna brings the ball up the court. Liberty and Sky are both in the bonus, so any fouls, people will be shooting free throws. Brianna Stewart gets the loose ball, foul line jumper, scores. Liberty needed that badly. Ball back in play with the Sky. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go. Mabry with the ball, isoed with Kayla Thornton at half court. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. She crosses over. 2 seconds. She pulls up for deep three. Misses badly. Leia with the rebound, and that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the third quarter, the Liberty went up and then fell back behind 66 to 65. They were outscored by 2 in the third quarter there. So we're in for an interesting fourth quarter coming up. Liberty have been dealing with foul trouble all night. Chicago has been getting into the bonus early, which causes them to build the lead or get more points without the clock running. The height differential is very apparent here. When Cardoso is in the game, it's the Liberty are committing a lot of players to her, which leaves other players open to grab rebounds or to score. So we shall see. We shall see how this final quarter ends. Salute to everybody who's tuned in. Those who are new, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for Dallas Aces. Another watch along there. And then on Thursday, we have Liberty going down to Atlanta to take on the Dream for their first matchup of the season. So make sure you're subscribed. Those noti bells are on so you get notified when I go live. All right, fourth quarter. Liberty, let's see what type of grit they have. Let's see if they can close this game out with a win. These games count for double. It's Commissioner's Cup win and a regular season win. So they, in order to keep pace with the Connecticut Sun, they will need to win this game in order to have a chance to defend their Commissioner's Cup crown. They won it last year. If you're new, the Liberty did win it last year, so they're trying to repeat as Commissioner's Cup champions. No team has done it yet in the 3 years it's been instated. Alrighty, people. Alrighty. So we're still in commercial here. We are still in commercial. Once we get back, then we'll get this for, all right, they just came back to the broadcast. We should be getting this fourth quarter started momentarily. Okay, ball is back at play with the Liberty, and we are back, people. We are back. Liberty down by 1 point to start the fourth. Let's see how they can close out this game. Salute with the ball over to Sabrina. Sabrina finds Jonquel in the post against Cardoso. She posts up, one leg fall away. Jumper is good. Jonquel goes right at Cardoso and scores the one leg fall away, and the Liberty retake the lead, 67-66. Lindsey Allen over to Kennedy Carter. It looks like the Liberty are in like a sort of zone. Ball goes out of bounds. It tips off of Benija, so it stays with Chicago. Jonquel in the mid post, post up, one leg fall away that she likes right over the outstretched arms of Cardoso and buries it. They're just showing the replay there. So ball is back in play. Ball is back in play with the Sky. Lindsey Allen with the ball over to Isabel Harrison. Finds Cardoso in the paint. Jonquel not trying to foul. Cardoso just throws it up and misses. Rebound by Stewie. Great defense by Jonquel. Stewie calling for Benija. Benija with the ball. Goes right at Kennedy Carter. Goes up with the left and just misses. And rebound Cardoso. Over to Lindsey Allen. She's pushing it quickly. Liberty try to get back. Finds Isabel Harrison. She goes right at Sabrina and misses. Thankfully, she rushed it. And rebound by Benija. Benija finds Stewie. Stewie with the pump fake. She goes up, under on Cardoso, goes up with the left and scores. Says something to the ref on the way back, and the Liberty retake the lead with a retake a 3-point lead. Excuse me. Lindsey Allen with the ball over to Mabry. Back to Allen. The Liberty are in the zone here. Over to Mabry. Mabry, deep three, misses. Benija chases down the rebound, and they call a foul. Kennedy Carter on Benija Hamilton. So Stewie fakes the pass. Pump fake goes up and under, goes up with the left hand on Cardoso and scores. So I see Sloop calling out for a 2-3 zone here. So they're showing the score by quarter. The Liberty outscore 83 teams by 80. Dang, I got to go back and look at that stat. But the Liberty have a plus 83 in the first quarter against teams as I think that was Benija. Benija scores a layup. But all the other quarters, they're at a negative. Isabel Harrison guarded by by Sabrina. Out to Kennedy for three. She misses. Good rebound by Sabrina. Liberty with a 5-point game. 5-point lead. Sabrina finds Stewie, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds. It was a dangerous pass by Sabrina, but luckily it goes out of bounds. So Liberty really getting into the paint now. They stopped settling for 3-point shots, and it's paying dividends here. Sloot finds Sabrina. I may have jinxed it. Let's see. It's Sloot with the ball. Sloot at the foul line over to Brianna. Brianna at the foul line. She tries to drive. Reverse spin on Harrison and scores. Stewie said, "Get on my back." We're going to the win here. 73-66. Liberty. Stewie up to 31-12 tonight. 31-12 from Stewie. Isabel Harrison wide open. She pump fake, tries to go up, and she misses, gets her own rebound, and she passes it out to Benija. So the Liberty on a 3-on-2 here. Benija goes to the basket with the left and scores. Time out, Chicago. Liberty responded as they should. Get into the basket. It started off with a Jonquel fall-away jump shot from the baseline. Stewie, Benija, everybody getting in on the action here. And the Liberty are out to a 10-0 fourth quarter run. 75-66, 9-point lead with 7:15 to go in this game. That's what we like to see. Come out, get the ball into the paint. Stop settling for threes. As you could, those who are new here, I am a Liberty fan, so when I'm doing Liberty broadcasts, I'm a little biased, just a little. But Liberty up 9 points, 7:15 to go here. 10-0 run. Chicago has not scored in the quarter. They've gotten some looks. They're trying to draw a foul on Jonquel. Jonquel's keeping her arms straight up, and they're not calling the foul. Alrighty, man, and that got me a little excited. I'm not even gonna lie. Now let's see if the Liberty can hold on here. I think the Liberty, the Sky will go back to their lineup soon. Looking at the box score here, because I know there's people in foul trouble for both teams. So you got Jonquel with 4, Vandersloot with 3, Laney Hamilton with 3, and then for the starters for the Sky, you have Reese with 3. I thought she had 4, but she only has 3. Mabry with 2. So, and Allen and Carter on the bench, both with 3. I thought Reese had more, but she's up to 13 and 2 rebounds. John says it's about time they're putting it together. Yeah, I have to go back and look at that stat that the New York broadcast posted, but I was trying to mention it earlier that their plus minus in the first quarter is a plus 83. So out of the 10, I guess you call this game the 10th game, they are a plus 83 in first quarter points. So they usually outscore teams in the first quarter more often than not. The second, third, and fourth, I think it was all negatives. So they usually it's a mix between giving up leads or just like barely holding on to leads here. When I finish the broadcast, I have to go back and look at that stat because that's a pretty interesting stat so far. But Brianna Stewart She hasn't played like an MVP every game like she did last year, at the beginning of last season to keep us afloat. But in this game, 31 and 12, that's all you can ask for from your MVP of your two-time MVP in this league. So Ball's back to play with Chicago. Dana Evans over to Kennedy Carter. Back to Dana. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy with the ball. Kennedy gets to the foul line. She does the jump past the Angel Reese, throws it up, and they call a foul on Benijah. So Angel Reese going to the line for free throws. So Kennedy Carter, I will say, besides her scoring, she is making an active effort to get the bigs the ball in the paint, whether it's Cardoso or Reese. And it's been paying dividends. Angel Reese shoots the first free throw and hits. Ever since that game we did on the watch along when Reese was missing all those free throws, she's been, every game I've watched since, she's been pretty consistent with hitting them, and she hits both. John says, I don't know why they have so much trouble with Chicago. They have some very potent guards who can drive and get to the basket, as well as the bigs who are very active. Jonquel is not the most active big, so that can run into issues. Jonquel with the pump fake, she gets into the paint, picks up her dribble, 3 seconds. Sabrina, deep three. Oh, Sabrina! Deep three with the buzzer running down and hits the 3. 10-point game. Sab bailed us out there. Jonquel got into the foul line, picked up her dribble, and passed it out to her. It was a live grenade, and she took care of it. Kennedy Carter goes and misses the floater. Rebound, Liberty. Liberty trying to add to this lead. Over to Stewie. Stewie crossover. Hand off to Benijah. Benijah guarded by Reese. She finds Brianna Stewart. Sabrina's wide open, but they find Jonquel. Jonquel goes up and scores. That's what you like to see. Feed the beast in the paint. And it's 80-68. Liberty cooking in this fourth quarter. Chicago ball. Dana Evans, right side of the floor. Drives by Vandersloot. Goes up with the floater. Wild floater. Jonquel with the rebound. Over to Stewie. Stewie get the ball across half court. Stewie passes it over to Benijah in the corner. She pump fakes. And passes it back out to Stewie. Stewie, top of the key, 3. Misses. And Dana Evans with the rebound. That was an unnecessary 3. She had the whole paint open. Dana Evans, post pass to Reese. Reese guarded by Stewie. She drives right in, just throws it up, and gets called for the foul. So Reese draws a foul on Brianna Stewart. They're showing the replay of Sabrina's deep 3 and Jonquel getting the ball in the paint and scoring. Reese rattles in the first free throw to bring it back to a 11-point game. This is to make it to 10. Reese. Oh, she misses. I jinxed her. She was doing so well from the line, and she misses the second free throw. So it stays an 11-point game here. Stewie back to Sloot. Sloot. Lazy pass to Sabrina. Lazy bounce pass to Sabrina. Kennedy Carter knocks it out of bounds. Sabrina inbounds to Stewie. Stewie with the ball with 7 on the shot clock. Finds Jonquel in the mid post. She's posting up. She passes another wild over the shoulder pass, and it goes out of bounds. She tries to do that same over the shoulder pass she did to Vandersloot earlier in the game. She passes it in between 2 players there. As we reach 5 minutes to go here in the fourth, Liberty are up by 11. They started the quarter on a 10-0 run to push this lead back up. Mabry over to Evans. Evans high-low to Elizabeth Williams. Reese gets blocked by Stewie. Great block by Brianna Stewart. Liberty on the run. 3-on-2. Benijah into the paint with the left. She misses. Oh, Benijah misses the layup. It was a little contested, but she has to at least hit the rim on that. Dana Evans into Kennedy Carter. They run the double at her, and it gets stripped, and it goes out of bounds off of the Liberty. We got to capitalize on these defense to offense plays. Chicago ball. Elizabeth Williams for Mabry. Mabry gets Kennedy Carter. Kennedy Carter fall away jump shot. She's short. And Jonquel with another rebound. I think Jonquel should be at. Jonquel has 10 rebounds in this game. Jonquel for three. Front rims it. She has not had the three-stroke all game. Dana Evans over to Mabry. Back to Dana. Dana drives floater that she likes and scores. Ball inbounds to Sabrina. 9-point game here. Slow it down. There's no need to rush here. Run your offense. And Sabrina over to Stewie. Get Jonquel back in the paint like you've been doing. Vandersloot with the ball. Vandersloot gets into the foul line. Shoots the mid-range jump shot. It's good. That shot is there all game for Sloot. She's back in her home grounds in Chicago, where she played a majority of her career, won the ring, and she hits the foul line jump shot. Bounce pass to Dana Evans. Dana Evans, left side of the floor, mid-range jump shot is off. Rebound, Sabrina. Sabrina with the ball, slows it down. They get over to Sloot. Sloot looking. On the right side of the floor. I don't see too much movement. Sloot gets the screen from Stewie. She hesitates to dribble, goes corner to Jonquel. Jonquel, another three, and misses. Jonquel insists on shooting the three today. Kennedy Carter bears the energy to the paint, misses. Angel Reese gets the rebound, goes up, blocked by Jonquel. Goes back up, throws it up, misses, tips it again, and it hits off the shot clock. That should be Liberty ball. That's one part of Reese's game that she needs to develop. She's very quick off the floor, but sometimes it looks like she's just flinging the ball up to try and get her own rebound, Moses Malone style. If you know from Moses Malone back in the day, it used to seem like he was padding his stats. He used to just throw the ball up on the glass, get the rebound to get some more rebound numbers. But it seems that's what Reese is doing, but unintentionally. She's trying to score, but it's just hitting straight backboard. But a timeout is called, people. I think it's an official's timeout, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to get the correct term for you. Yep, it's an official's timeout. And the score is 82-71. With 2:57 to go. Salute to everybody still here. How many of us are in here? We got 25 of us. I think it's 24 of us on YouTube. One on the Twitch. Salute to you on the Twitch, holding it down over there. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, or follow the Twitch page. I'm on Instagram as well. Same Jay.JordanTV Liberty. I post a lot of reels. I take the watch along videos, and then I go find the real footage, and I basically put my voice and the watch along footage to the actual game footage. I'll be posting those reels on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. You'll probably see it on YouTube Shorts as well. So just continue to support, and I appreciate all of it. Alrighty. We're winding down this game, people. Winding down this game. For those on the West Coast, I know it's not early over there. I know it's not late over there, I should say. So you still have another game. You got Phoenix versus Seattle after this stream. I will be watching that game. It's at 10 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. Sorry, I'm just pouring some water right quickly. I'm a little parched. I should have tested the Liberty live stream that they instituted to see how good it is. It's basically just a stream of the local broadcast that is here. But I'd rather have more secure viewing, watching it straight on YouTube TV on My 9. Breanna Stewart, they showing her block just now on Angel Reese. (31-14). She leads the game in both points and rebounds. She's taken 23 shots tonight. She's been cooking for us. Mom says, just as I told the ref off, they're doing better. Yeah, they heard you. I need to fly you out to Chicago, Mom. Or wherever the Liberty play, I need to fly you out courtside so you can get on them. So ball is back with the with the New York Liberty, excuse me. Game is coming to an end. Liberty trying to close this out. Sloot with the ball. Sloot picks up her dribble. Marina Mabry with the steal. Or do they call a foul on Mabry? They call a foul on Mabry. Get over this. So it's going to be Liberty ball, side out of bounds. Ball inbounded to Benija in the post. They find Sabrina. Sabrina wide open for three. Oh, just off the side of the rim. Jonquel with the rebound. And they call another foul on the Sky. It's on Elizabeth Williams now on the rebound. It's funny. Everybody always looks confused when fouls are called. What's happening? Oh, so is that on Angel Reese? I don't know what happened. Angel Reese got a tech. Angel Reese got 2 techs and she gets ejected. Oh, wow. Angel Reese gets ejected from this game with 2.5 to go. It looks like she got 2 technical fouls back to back. Benija shoots and misses the free throw. So she's shooting the next one. Yeah, she got back-to-back technical fouls there. I didn't even see what happened. It happened so quickly. Benija shoots the second and makes the second. Let's see. They're showing the replay now. She said something. And then she did the wave off. So she said something to the ref. And then did the little wave off. And that's the second one I got. I think that was a little quick, though. That's unfair. But Marina Mabry quickly back up the court. The Liberty missed the last shot. They find Elizabeth Williams. Isabel Harrison in the game for Angel Reese. Jonquel, great defense, gets the steal. And we're at the 2-minute mark here. 2-minute mark here. Sabrina slows it down. She's calling out for the screen here. Nobody coming, and they call a foul on DeShields. Foul on Diamond DeShields on Sabrina Ionescu. So it'll be Liberty side out again. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes, or was that the second? Yeah, that was the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Next foul, the Liberty will be shooting free throws. Ball inbound to Benija. Benija drives, spin move, up, under, and she smokes the layup, gets her own rebound. Up, under again, gets blocked by Elizabeth Williams. Benija was out of sorts there. She tried to force something, and it didn't pay off. Diamond DeShields with the ball. Over to Mabry. It's a 12-point game. New York is up. We're at the minute 30 mark here. Mabry over to DeShields. DeShields finds Isabel Harrison with the left and scores. So it's a 10-point game with a minute and a half to go here. Benija with the ball. Over to Jonquel, over to Sabrina with 10 seconds on the shot clock. She's dribbling out by half court. She needs to make a move now. Sabrina over to Stewie. Stewie with 4 seconds. Stewie pump fake, step back, 3, bounces around, and rebound to Shields. So we're at the minute mark here with a 10-point lead by the Liberty. Liberty just trying to see this game out. DeShields drives, throws it up with the left, and they call a foul. Foul on Jonquel. As I mentioned earlier, we're having a watch along on Thursday. That's what they're promoting now on the stream. This is Dream. The Liberty team is flying down to Atlanta to take on the Dream as Diamond DeShields hits the free throw. And she shoots the second and buries the second. So it's an 8-point game. This game is not over yet. The Liberty need to seal this game out. Vandersloot brings the ball up the court. We need one shot here will seal this game. Vandersloot just dribbling it out by, half court. Vandersloot with 7, hands it off to Stewie. 6, 5, Stewie to the basket. 1 leg floater is good, and that should do it, people. That should do it. Back to a 10-point game with 30 seconds to go here. Dana Evans with the ball. Finds Mabry, corner to DeShields. DeShields pump fakes. Pulls up mid-range jump shot, misses. Rebound, Jonquel. And shot clock is turned off. And Sabrina brings it across half court. Sabrina dribbles into the paint, dribbles back out over to Benijah. Benijah with the pump fake out to Sabrina. Sabrina for three. Boom! Sabrina hits the three. Remember, point differential matters in Commissioner's Cup. And that's how the game ends, people. So at the end of the game, the Liberty seal it 88-75. They avenge their loss against Chicago with a very solid win in the end. It got a little shaky there in the second quarter, but the Liberty closed it out in the end, 88-75. They moved to 2-0 in Commissioner's Cup standings. They moved to 8-2, excuse me. Overall record. I'm gonna update it on the screen now. So they're 8-2 and they're 2-0 here. The Sky moved to 3-5 in their regular season standings, and they are now 0-2 in the Commissioner's Cup standings. So Liberty in second place, 1.5 games behind the 9-0 Connecticut Sun. The Sky are down at 9th place with a 3-5 record. They are now on a 2-game losing streak. All right. The other game has started, so let's quickly go over the box scores for that last game really quickly. Let me get over to it. I might have to switch back out since we were looking at this game last, but let's take a look at the box scores before I let you guys go. Thanks for everybody for hanging out tonight. We're just gonna go over the box score really quickly, and then I'll send you on your way. Come on, people. Give me the box score for the game I want to see, not the Mystics game. There we go. So, box score. We got Benijah Laney Hamilton. Not a good shooting night. 4 for 12. Had 4 fouls, but did finish with 14 points and 5 assists. We had Stewie, who led the way with 33 and 14 rebounds. 3 assists, had a block as well. Jonquel, not her best night. 5 points. Did have 12 big rebounds with 4 assists. Vandersloot had 6 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Ionescu had 24 with 7 rebounds. And the bench, we only got 6 points from our bench, 3 from Kayla, 3 from Fabich. They shot 31% from 3, 83% from the line, 43% overall. They only finished with 10 turnovers, which is good because they had 10 at like halftime. So they really took care of the basketball. Chicago, Reese finished with a double-double, 13 and 10. She did have 5 fouls, got ejected in the last couple minutes of the game. Elizabeth Williams with 10 and 8. DeShields with 4. Mabry with 15, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Dana Evans with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Harrison had 6 off the bench. Cardoso in 12 minutes only had 1 point with 5 rebounds. Allen had 6, and Kennedy Carter led the way with 16 off the bench. They shot 28% from 3, 32% from the field. They ended up with 10 turnovers as well. The rebound battle was 42-42. We out-assisted them 24-15. Outstole them 7-5. And our blocks were even at 4 apiece. So solid win for the Liberty. All right, guys, like I mentioned, there's another game on CBS Sports Network. If you want to watch, this is the Mercury versus the Storm. The Storm are up 8-4 at the moment. Next time I will be on will be tomorrow. The next game is the Dallas Wings at the Aces. No, it's the Aces at the Dallas Wings. That game is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. The 4-2 Aces playing the 3-4 Dallas Wings. We'll be doing a watch along for that, so make sure you're on for that one as well. That game is on NBA TV, so if you don't live in Vegas and you don't live in Dallas, you'll be able to watch it there. Right? Thank you all for hanging around for the stream. I'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you leave a like on the way out, subscribe, and until next time, folks, I'll see you. Salute.